steel strength, precision cuts, unstoppable force. Howdy from Green Tech. If you like heavy-duty machines doing serious damage, you're in the right place. These monsters are built to shred, and today they mean business. That press has some serious hydraulic muscle, flattens a full-size sedan like it's made of tinfoil. Shame to see what looks like a decent old car go down, but it's part of the cycle. What served well in its time now makes room for the next generation. Big trees mean big plans. They're not just cutting, they're orchestrating. Trimming from the top down, anchoring with cable, then felling with precision. That Cat 309 is doing the heavy lifting here. But what's really satisfying? Seeing those chunky logs split and disappear into the chipper. Just how efficient is that Hyzohack 10-500 KT anyway? Could this be one of the most streamlined tree-to-chip operations out there? People often underestimate what a bent log can do. When under tension, it can twist, kick back, or break tools. Always learn from certified courses and use protective gear. Safe cutting takes planning and technique, not just tools. Made in China by Genox, this single shaft shredder gets the job done right. With a 15.75-inch rotor and a 74 horsepower motor, it chews through wood scraps like butter. Ideal for recycling operations that need precision without burning extra power. Solid, reliable, and built for business. Wire from tires isn't a joke. The AS40 shredder looks a bit hesitant. Could be it's more for plastic or wood. Cool to see it try though.
Just pull it out and spread it on the ground. Oh, that'll do.
The boss better give that welder on the left a medal and a hefty check. He took precious seconds to shut off the gas regulators on the tanks. saving lives and preventing millions of dollars in potential damages. The Comtech Chippo 5010 is one impressive wood chipper. Built in Austria, it mounts right on a MAN truck and runs off the truck's diesel engine. With a hydraulic system controlling its feeding, screening, and cooling fans, it processes logs into clean chips like clockwork. It even pairs with a splitter for larger trunks. It's a serious piece of biomass machinery. From what I've seen, used models might run close to $195,000. Think that's too much, or worth it for a mid-size woodlot? How would you rate the 95DK after seeing this? The car didn't stand a chance. Between the cat diesel, the touchscreen controls, and that overband magnet pulling out the steel, it's a full package. Brutal power, but smart execution. This isn't just a shredder, it's a solution. And here is the journey of a survivor, caked in a few hundred pounds of good American earth. Cutting labor and boosting throughput, this French tire shredding unit checks both boxes. Processing tires up to 71 inches at over 10 tons an hour, it turns waste into valuable TDF fuel. The secret? 2 powerful shredders working in tandem, eliminating pre-sorting and reducing jams. This setup delivers real efficiency and better margins for recyclers. No flash, just reliable muscle. The Brentwood AZ5's 0.63-inch cutters work hard, while the 0.39-inch screen keeps everything neat and uniform. That's American-style efficiency. That's the sound of old auto dreams meeting their match. So this is where old city buses go to die, huh? Being torn limb from limb at the scrapyard. That city traffic bus served its time well, I bet, navigating those Danish streets. Now it's being violently disassembled, its journey over. A rather stark end, seeing it reduced to a pile of metal before being melted down. They call it the Terminator, and it's easy to see why. This thing digs trenches through solid rock, makes seawall blocks, and even rips through cast steel. Mounted on a 70-ton excavator, it skips the blasting and just chews. One pass, and the job's done. No oversized rig needed here. The VTNFB350 attaches right to your excavator and handles the crushing on-site. Small, smart, and saves time hauling debris around. Perfect for tight jobs where bigger crushers just can't fit. That's the kind of smart tool any crew would be lucky to have. That concrete thought it was tough, until it met the K-Shredder 600. Watching those slow-turning blades tear through rebar and rubble is oddly satisfying. The low-speed, high-torque design keeps it cool and steady. Back in the day, a machine like this would have needed constant babysitting. But the K-Shredder 600 runs smart. You've got PLC controls, automatic stop on overload, and even reverse rotation. That's a far cry from the old rigs we used to run. That's some serious bite force from the VTN RP2000. Looks like it could chew through more than rails if needed. Solid engineering at its finest. A 20 to 30% boost in hourly output just by pre-grinding? That's no small thing. When you're pushing volume every hour, that kind of jump adds up. Blue Devil preps the load, makes the hammer mill fly through it, and helps keep the whole process smooth. It's a quiet hero in the scrapyard. Goodness gracious, that brings back memories of the county fair demolition derbies. Though this here bulldozer takes it to a whole new level. Simpler times back then, but this is quite a spectacle to see. That car never stood a chance. Glass takes thousands of years to break down. That's why recycling matters. And the AZ-15WL, that's the muscle behind the mission. It's built like a tank and handles bottles with zero hesitation. You can hear the power in every crunch. Serious gear doing serious work. Watching the AZ-50HD shredder in action is oddly satisfying. Pine logs in, wood chips out, smooth, steady, and no drama. Just how I like a good machine to run. What a smart idea, that carrot splitter. He mentions his grandfather, Ivan, used an axe his whole life. This machine, with its 350 RPM screw powered by a 7.5 horsepower motor, sure saves the back. Seeing his granddaughter use it would feel like passing down a tradition of self-reliance. His thoughts on teaching children independence really hit home. You can't treat aluminum like iron. The ZATO Cayman FCE30R gets that. Smart design made for a softer, trickier material. That's real precision. Aren't copper coils packed with oil or insulation? How does the machine handle that stuff? What impressed me most about the Quad Q85 is how easily it distinguishes between tough aluminum and brittle fiberglass. That's no small feat. The shredding looks brutal, but it's incredibly strategic. Nothing goes to waste. Everything's ready for reuse or recycling right after. Every great movie has a star. On the job site, it's the SC1052. Precision, speed, and power packed into one serious machine. When this thing shows up, stumps don't stand a chance. Blink, and the stump's already gone. Buying brand new can be pricey, but a well-refurbished 371 XP gives you top-tier performance at half the cost. That's money well spent. You're getting proven performance in a pro-level saw without breaking the bank. KTS crane grabs the logs so smoothly and feeds them right into the Hack HM 6-400 without missing a beat. It's almost like a dance. Grab, swing, chip, repeat. These machines may be all steel and hydraulics, but the way they move together is almost graceful. Great coordination makes hard work look easy. Impressive how they fit a full 8-foot chamber into this setup. That means fewer stops and smoother flow. And with hydraulic screens, game changer for anyone who's done old school manual swaps. Too much weight, too much heat. Accidents can happen fast. Let us know in the comments. Type 1 if you thought our video was interesting, and 0 if you thought it was boring. The 14x17 throat opening is impressive for a mid-size unit. Eats big limbs without bogging down. Handy for town crews. A business that deals with a lot of fabric waste, like a thrift store or a uniform company, could really use something heavy-duty like this. Smart investment. Looks slow and steady, but the Brentwood BWS 400-1250 is doing serious work. Those chips are just flying out. Feels like it's built to last 30 years. I've seen a lot of shredders in my day, but this one's got that old-school reliability with today's smooth touch. South Korea's portable shredder is a win for the environment. It breaks down wood, concrete, and scrap metal fast. Less landfill waste, more reuse. Recycling just got a big upgrade. They've been around for decades? That tells you something. In my experience, only businesses like Cowline, who truly care about their customers, manage to last that long. Another wild day with the toughest shredders around. Subscribe to Green Tech and join us next time for even more jaw-dropping crushing power. Until then, stay sharp and keep crushing.